everybody doing? Hello, people in the room. Dominican Lou, Joseph, Anna. I am so happy to be here today. Y'all understand that my guest is a repeat guest, and I'm so happy he's back on my show. But before we, reintroduce Mr. B Mack, do me a favor, y'all. And if you're in the room, make sure you're subscribed, hit that like button. I fucked up. I messed up. I usually put the links of the people that are talking on my show in the description. So I usually say, check the links in the description, so the link is not there right now, but it will be there. But if you follow Twitter and social media, and if you follow me, you know who my guest is. This is Mr. B Mack, the one, the only, the tea spiller from the Midwest Marks. B Mack, tell people how you doing. How are you today?
Queen, I am wonderful. I'm glad to be here. So let's get straight into it.
We're gonna get straight into it. We got so much to cover. Hey, Dee Dee. No neck bone tone in the room. No neck bone tone. I said that I was gonna get okay. So first of all, Dynamite was fire. I love all the shows leading into a pay-per-view because you getting fire. And yesterday's show to me was a 10, straight 10. Now, I could go in order because I definitely took notes, but we gonna jump to something that B Mac said on Twitter, and I have to say my husband, No Neck Bone Tone, agrees with it. He said he can't wait to see Serena Deeb dethrone Thunder Rosa. What? Wait, I can't spin all the way around, can I? No, I can't. But just pretend that I did, because what? B-Mac, what is that about?
The reason why I say that is because she's been the hottest storyline in the women's division as of late. As far as her story of redemption, her climbing back, her getting her respect, her tired of being overlooked. She's been that girl because she's been putting on wrestling clinics with Sheeta, with almost everybody she's encountered damn near. So her story has to have a big payoff. And then that promo last night, listen, I saw people dragging it, but it was her delivery that caused it to be off. But baby, her bars were there. If this was a hip hop battle, that crowd would have been popping everything she said was hitting had her delivery been better. Because when she called this an old pervert, baby, listen, you could have heard a pin drop.
That shit. That was something else. Because
she said, when I changed my body for an old pervert, it still didn't get respect.
Yes, she said she put implants in her body. Yes, she shaved her head. And let me tell you, I love Sheeta. I love Nyla. I love Chris Statlander. But Serena Deeb has grown in my I love wrestling bucket that I so want her to be the one to dethrone Thunder, but not yet. Not yet. I think Thunder hasn't been given a chance to really have her title reign. It's just been dormant. And I'm like, how do you elevate this woman while she's going for the belt? And she was just like, boom, up here, right? How do you elevate Thunder Rosa so high? And then when she gets the belt, it just goes,
well,
so that's bad looking.
Well, for one, she's been dealing with some little nagging injuries here and there. Like her body was banged up going into her run as champion because those those are GCW and those Mission Pro matches, she was taking some nasty bumps in all of those matches she was having on the indies around that time. So now she's really trying to like dial it back a little bit. But I understand because I do want her to have a long reign. But how do you overlook somebody like Serena who is saying, I'm that bitch, I'm that girl. I don't care who your champion is. She not better than me.
Yeah, she got all up in Dustin's face. She slapped him. But of course, she hit Thunder with the belt and she took it with her, and that is usually a sign. But it has not been a sign of winning. I think whenever you've seen somebody walk off with the belt like that when they're not the champion, they actually don't win. Now, I could be wrong. I could
And
be
this is why
wrong.
I'm torn because I love Thunder Rosa. I like Thunder Rosa. Like, I don't have nothing against Thunder Rosa.
Yeah.
But you cannot overlook Serena when she's saying, I'm the best girl in this division as far as a wrestling aspect, which nobody can argue that. Maybe
Right.
outside of Sheeta and Riho, she is that girl. Like, can't nobody argue that. She is that girl. So how do you go to a big pay-per-view next weekend and then not crown her?
I know.
Because let's be honest, they
It's
just
gonna,
put Jade with the baddies. They just
it's
put
gonna,
Jade with the baddies. You're not taking the TBS title off of Jade and she's with the baddies.
Jade is not losing that title yet. That's gonna be a nice
Mm-mm.
long reign. That's gonna be a nice long reign. They gotta build up the person that's gonna take it from Jade. It
So
can't
what do
just
you do
be
with Serena?
anybody.
Put her against on. I mean, do you like have her go after the Ring of Honor Women's Championship?
Right? Mercedes Martinez, right? Right? And I love
And she
Mercedes.
and she is a fighting champion because she's defending it next week on Dark Elevation again
Yep. Yep.
versus Hangman from Texas.
Look at that. Yeah, we need Thunder.
So how do you keep Serena hot if you're not crowning her next weekend? Like, that's the question. Like, how do you keep her hot?
Yeah. Yeah, the people in the chat are just as torn as we are, because when you think about Thunder Rosa and Serena Deeb, those are two top tier women wrestlers, and I think top tier wrestlers, not just
Period.
women wrestlers.
Yeah, period.
Period. They are technical. They do pickup moves. They sell really well. Their promos are fire. They have their characters, and it makes sense. You know, Thunder's a face. Deeb is a fucking heel. Obviously, you know, it's not to drag this on too long, but as happy as I would be for Deeb, my heart would be broken for Thunder because
because she
we're not
worked
gonna love
all
her.
that time. Oh, you don't belong here. You don't deserve to be here. You need to be back on YouTube and AWA. The shade from Britt, all of that she had to deal with just to get to the championship.
Yeah, it's true. But I guess
So
we'll have to wait and
next
see.
weekend is going to be very unpredictable.
Yes, it's going to be very unpredictable.
Especially after their promo, because I've been seeing a lot of people say, I like the promo, but her delivery was off. I ain't nothing against the promo, but it was the delivery that was off. Otherwise, they was agreeing with what she was saying.
Yeah, you know, and it's good that she threw in the things that she threw in because she kept the crowd going up and down. Some of it was a little, but you know,
when she started throwing that shade at Vince, that when that WWE shade came in, people was listening. They was paying attention. Yeah. And then on the heels of Sasha and Naomi walking out this week, what better time for her to cut that promo?
Yes, I agree.
What
That's
better
crazy.
time for
I
her
don't
to
even
say,
watch WWE.
What better time for her to say, I got breast implants. I changed my body damn near, and they still would not accept me. But Becky saying, we treat our women better. But you got Serena Deeb on the other show saying what all she had to go through, and they still overlooked her.
Exactly. So what is the point? What is the point? All right. So just to jump really quick to No Neck Bones Tone question, what's Latin spirit? So Courtney and I are on a team for Off the Top Ropes WrestleNary show, which starts at 8:30 p.m. today. So when y'all done here with our awesome show, go jump to Off the Top Ropes to see me and Courtney taking on Charlene from Off the Top Ropes. And oh my God, I can't remember the other individual that's going to be with Charlene, but it's a tag team battle. So let's see how much I know about AEW's history, because that's where, you know, the memory ain't that good. So if you start asking me things from 2019, I don't remember what I wore yesterday. So we got a problem, but I'm just going to go have fun. That's what Latin Spirit is. That's the name of our team. I want to thank everybody that's in the room. If y'all in here, please hit that like button, subscribe.
Please
and the links for BMAC is not in the description just yet, but it will be there. But like I said, if you follow me on Twitter, there is no way you don't know who BMAC is, because me and BMAC are always chatting it up on the timeline. So if you come back later, the description will be there. Or if you check any shows where BMAC or the Midwest Marks have been on my show, you will see the links in the description. So now the way the show started, it started with an Owen Hart tournament because it was Owen Hart tournament heavy yesterday, y'all. Mr. Samoa Joe went up against the Joker, who turned out to be Johnny Elite. What a great fucking match. It ended beautifully. I have to say that Samoa Joe's finisher is brutal. I love it. It's like a package. What is that? A package power bomb? A package? What
like
is that?
Like a package, a muscle buster. Yeah.
Yeah, because he puts them up here, bent in half.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you are not flexible, there's no way he can do that to you. People have their head in between their legs. I mean, sorry. But yeah.
Yeah, like that was physical. Like that was a physical match. Yeah.
It was so good. So obviously Samoa Joe won. He's moving on. But before he got to move on, what happened? What's his face? Jay Lethal came out, right? And with his people, big old dude. I can never remember his name.
Yes, Satin Singh.
And the short, bald-headed guy. Can't remember his name.
Sanjay Dudison. Yeah.
Yes, Sanjay, and I can't remember the other guy. But anyhow, they came out, put the beats on Samoa, and then Matt Hardy came out, right? Am I correct about this?
Yes.
And then the Young Bucks came out, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or was this during the? Yeah, this is yes. And it looks like they're trying to set us up for a Hardy versus Bucks tag match at, I think, Double or Nothing. This is what I'm thinking.
No, I can confirm that because I just got some tea prior to me coming onto the show, so I can break that tonight on the show and not get in trouble for it with my plug. So, the Bucks will be making a big announcement tomorrow night on Rampage as far as a big match that they have coming up.
And it's going to be this. I'm telling y'all, mark my words. And this is without me knowing. I appreciate you, T-Spiller. I appreciate you. I think that was coming, right? Jeff, the Hardys versus the Bucks. I mean,
they're definitely slow burning that. Yeah, like we're definitely going to get that.
Yeah, the Bucks, their whole like thing is like labeled after.
Because let's be honest, they idolized the Hardy Boys. They styled after like the Hardy Boys as far as their in-ring style. So how can they not do that on pay-per-view?
It's going to be a dream match, I think, for the Young Bucks. And why not? That's an ode to you, Mr. T-Spiller. From
I would even have it be the main event. No, I would have it be the co-main event. The co-main event to them. Yeah. Like show what tag team wrestling in a hot spot can do on pay-per-view.
They seem to always put the co-main events as a women's match though, right? If I'm not mistaken. Like it's always the second to last match. But I believe that wouldn't be a bad idea.
I wouldn't have a problem with that because that tag team match is going to be blockbuster money's worth. You're going to get what you want in that match.
It's going to be so good. It's going to Blackheart in the room. What up, Blackheart? V-Mac forever in a tank top. That's right. He chilling. He is.
I'm chilling. I'm good.
He good. Yo, can we talk about what was, and it's hard for me to say that this was match of the night because I just loved every fucking match that was on last night. But Hangman Adam Page versus Konosuke Takashi. Listen.
Let me listen. The fact that he's only 25. This guy's only 25.
Stop. Did you just say that Takeshita is only 25 years old?
He's only 25.
My Lord, he's a whole man. He's a whole man, looking like he's in his 30s.
And he's a Kenny Omega protege.
He is so good. He is phenomenal. I could not get sometimes when I'm watching wrestling because I'm taking notes, I'm like looking up and down and I couldn't look away. I'm like, yo, he and Hangman are going in. Props to Hangman too for always helping to put other wrestlers forward, especially like younger wrestlers, because he took a lot of fucking brutal beatings and he's the fucking champ.
Listen, the fact that this was Takashi's only second appearance on TV as far as AEW goes, he looked like a pro last night. He looked like he belonged there last night. He
Well,
looked
he
like,
did.
I love Scorpio Sky, but I want him as the new TNT champion after what I saw last night because that's championship material what he showed last night.
Championship material. Championship material, no doubt. No doubt. He can go. I mean, I literally wrote the only note I had because I couldn't write anything was Takeshita is no joke. And I swear, I was just like blown away. I've seen him do like little matches here and there, but this was definitely a match to really showcase all the skills that this guy. I mean, he was flying out of the ring and he was doing pickup moves and and they were going head to fucking head. There was like, this was not one-sided at all. I can't say Hangman had the upper hand. I can't say Takeshita had the upper hand. They
Listen,
blow to blow.
that was a neck and neck blockbuster. Give me everything I paid for a type of match, and that's what you got. Everything they had.
Everything. And I loved it. After that match, CM Punk, and CM Punk was on commentary for this, by the way, because if y'all don't know, how can you not know? CM Punk is going up against Hangman Adam Page for the AEW championship, and we are going to get a new champion. It's just happening.
You know what? Listen, every time I say that, people get upset, but I'm telling you, how can you not crown him after the role he's been on since since he lost to MJF, excuse me. He's been on the roll ever since he lost to MJF. How can you not crown him? Because they could wait until Chicago, but they're not going to wait until All Out to crown him. You can't. I like Hangman, but you're going to bring in more revenue with Punk as champion. I'm sorry.
Yeah. The reason why is I always felt like as soon as this started being like the match that was going to be the championship match at Double or Nothing, I started thinking, oh shit, they are seriously setting up CM Punk finally to take this belt, because I think it was happening at some point, part of his contract. CM Punk was going to become a champion at some point. And when he came out yesterday after the Hangman Adam Page match with Konosuke, the crowd was chanting for CM Punk. I'm like,
you don't really see that. You don't really see that
there with a belt in his hand. This is your champion, and I'm not hearing Hangman Adam Page. I'm hearing CM Punk.
And it wasn't even in Chicago. They was in Texas.
So imagine, this is definitely, if y'all were not convinced that this is happening, that should have been the sign that it's happening. And
the line of succession should be, he should beat Hangman and then MJF should beat him.
Yes. Agreed.
That's how it should go.
Agreed. If CM Punk, or when CM Punk takes the belt
at Double
or Nothing, it's gonna
I don't see how they do. I don't see how they do.
Yeah, see, look, No Neck Bone Tone was like, boo. But even he admits he knows it's gonna happen. I believe that MJF is the appropriate person to dethrone CM Punk. You have to do it. You have to do it. So many,
especially now that he's running his mouth about his little contract situation. You gotta be the one to beat Punk, because you cannot have him leave because you don't crown him as champion.
Cannot lose MJF. I know there's a lot of people that are like, oh, if MJF leaves, no big fucking deal. Big fucking deal.
That's a lie.
I don't care what anybody said. That is a big. I don't care what you tell yourself at night so you can sleep better. But
losing Cody was one thing.
It's a huge deal.
Listen, like losing Redacted was one thing, but if they lose MJF, oh baby, they will suffer.
That is the biggest heel in the company. He's also,
and they will feel his loss immediately. They can't lose MJF.
No, they can't. They can't. They can't. And I agree with Lou. Let CM Punk win and then let them put that shit right on MJF. Agreed.
Absolutely.
Agreed. And you can't, every time that somebody's leaving, people can't say no big deal, no big deal. If your roster is leaving, like the people who count in the roster are leaving.
And he's one of the ones that count. And he's only 26. Let's get this correctly. He's only 26.
Pillar? Ain't he one of the pillars? How are you gonna have one of your pillars leave? Won't the building fall? If you take one of the 4 pillars off, won't the building collapse? I mean, come on, let's be real. Y'all can say it, but it shouldn't happen.
Tony knows he can't lose MJF.
No.
He knows.
No. He can't, and I agree. MJF is the biggest heel. Yeah, we can definitely not afford to. The AEW cannot afford to lose MJF. You better start building another huge heel like that if you're planning to just let him leave. Because let me tell you something, I love to hate MJF.
And unless it's Sammy Guevara, who could fill that spot, they're not gonna build a young heel that quickly.
No, and Sammy can't fill that spot because I feel the heat that he has is the hate towards his relationship. MJF heat is legit.
Yeah, he has people. Character. He has people legit want to beat him up at shows because he's that good of a heel.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I don't think Sammy can take it. Sammy cannot fill. I agree. Sammy cannot fill that spot. So, anyhow, moving on. Fuego threatens House of Black with Evil Uno and Preston Vance. I'm not sure where this is going. I'm not sure. I love Fuego. I do, but I don't believe it. I don't believe this story. I need to see a little bit more, and I love that they're giving Fuego airtime. Absolutely. But I don't know where this is going. I don't have many comments on it, if any. Only thing I'm waiting for with House of Black is for Julia Hart to take off her thing and join House of Black. Like, that's the only thing I'm waiting for.
I got a problem with her joining House of Black, to be honest, because I've been saying it from the beginning. If they're going to use the zombie is the one that needs to be next to Malachi, not Julia.
Yeah, Abaddon.
Yeah, her. She should be in the House of Black, not Julia. But that's just because she's a monster. She's a monster who, listen, the way he cuts his vignettes as far as his promo packages, imagine him giving her tips on how to do that, and she's terrorizing half the women's division with those type of vignettes popping up out of the blue with like fake blood, coming out of her mouth on video.
She would have been the easiest choice, right? To put in House of Black.
Yeah.
Right?
So I'm like, Julia ain't that girl to me. Like
I'm gonna tell you something. Julia does not interest me at all. And I have not been secretive about it. I did say in my last show that I saw a match she did where she was improved. Her joining House of Black is the only way I will put any interest in her, even if it's just this much. Besides that, I don't care.
But how though? Because her wrestling still ain't up to par. So if she's not training with them,
right,
training into the beast, I don't want to see her in ring until she's absolutely ready.
Agreed. Because look at the fucking group that you're joining. It's Brody King.
That's an elite. That's an elite group of the. Listen, that's an elite group of the best 3 top wrestlers in the game right now.
I thought you said that's illegal. Like, yes, that is illegal.
Like, that's an elite group of wrestlers. Like, listen, you just can't be cutting bulldogs and expecting that to fly.
No. That is an elite crew of guys, big fucking, very dangerous dudes. And you can't just throw in that little cheerleader unless she's really doing some shit to improve and come out believable that she should be.
I would have put Marina Shafir over her in the House of Black.
Anybody, right? Anybody over her. Listen, this next tag, I love this tag team. Swerve Strickland and Mr. Limitless Keith Lee. I'm loving this tag team. They did very quick work of the Horsemen, the Work Horsemen. I don't know who thought of it, of Swerve and Keith Lee coming together, but genius. I love it. They're now part of the top 5 ranking. And we don't got to talk about the match yesterday because it was quick and short, but let's talk about what happened right after. From this, we are getting, wait for it, Swerve versus Ricky Starks versus Jungle Boy for the FTW belt on Dynamite. And then double or fucking nothing. The tag belts in a 3-way. Swerve and Keith Lee versus Ricky Starks and Powerhouse Hobbs versus Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus Kenya. I please get a thank you. Jesus.
I'm upset. I'm upset at this because 2 of the teams I want to win
are together.
Yes, and that's Powerhouse Hobbs and Ricky Starks and
Okay.
Swerve and Keith Lee. I'm upset that both can't walk out the champions because
Well,
that's one of the teams I want to walk away as champions at Double or Nothing.
but you should look at it like this. Now they got 2 out of 3 chances to make you happy, right? So
Mm-hmm.
if Keith Lee and Swerve win, that's one of the 2 you wanted.
Right,
If Ricky Starks and Powerhouse Hobbs wins, that's one of the 2 you wanted, right? That's how I'm
right.
seeing it.
Yeah,
That's 2 out of 3.
absolutely, absolutely.
The favor. It's in our favor.
Yeah,
It's in our favor. And I believe that
because I'm gonna be honest with you,
they're
I
done.
don't have a problem with Jurassic Express, but they've been boring as champions to me.
Yes, they've been boring. Their
Like they got the
matches,
champions, like they got championships. But if we being honest, FTR, the ones that's been putting on 5-star matches, they're better than them, and they're not even the champions. They're the Ring of Honor champions, but they're not the champions for AEW. So I can't call them the best tag team just because they got the belts.
exactly. And they are incredible in the ring. They have some really sweet moves.
Mhm.
Jungle Boy improved from like here to here. Like he's
Absolutely.
very noticeable improvement. But I agree, their reign has been a little bit boring. And if they didn't have Christian Cage as the mouthpiece, I think that it would have been completely stale. But
Yeah,
they do deliver in the ring.
yeah, they
However,
do.
you cannot put that much. How do I put this?
Listen, first of all, you can't
You can't put
listen.
that much melanin together and not give me melanin champions. Like I
Listen,
want to see one of those 4 walking out, 2 of those 4 walking out with belts.
listen. You cannot put all that black excellence in one match and
Yeah.
then nobody walk away with nothing. We're not doing that.
Okay. Like we want to see this. And because I'm such a fan, like I love Swerve, I love Keith Lee, but Ricky Starks and Powerhouse Hobbs have been
That's
pushing
my
for
heart right there.
a long
Hobbs, that's
time.
my heart right there. Hobbs, that's my heart right there. So I'm torn.
I love Hobbs. I love Hobbs.
Mm,
He followed me on Twitter, y'all.
and he deserves it because he went from dark to being in one of the top spots in the company on pay-per-view.
Yes, I'm very happy that Team Taz picked it up because for a while I was like, what the fuck is Team Taz doing? What are they doing? They're like
Mm,
getting their stars and dimming the stars because Ricky Starks, you know what I mean? Powerhouse Hobbs, like why aren't they doing stuff?
listen,
This
the
is what
fact
I
that
wanted.
Swerve called him a purple bar of soap with pearls around his neck last night, baby, listen.
Yeah, Ricky Pearls. Yes, and yes to Off the Top Ropes. It does. I believe Christian Cage is going to go heel with Jurassic Express losing the belts at Double or Nothing.
I think he's going to turn on Jungle Boy specifically after they lose the championships, and then we're going to get him versus Jungle Boy 1-on-1.
Sonny, what up, Sonny? Yes, I believe that is going to happen, and
Mm-hmm.
I do not want to see Ricky Starks actually lose the FTW championship. I don't want to see him lose the FTW championship, but especially if he's going to win the tag belt,
Mm-hmm.
he should not lose the FTW. So he could be 2-belt Ricky. That's just my opinion.
Listen, I'm not mad at that. 2-belt Ricky. Listen.
2-belt Ricky, he deserves it. I think he
Mm-hmm.
should have won the TNT championship a long time ago. He should have been TNT champion. His TNT championship match against Cody Rhodes when he actually debuted at AEW before he was even signed.
He should have won it.
Okay, I never seen Ricky Starks before, but just him coming down the ramp, I was like, who this?
His presence is ridiculous.
Ridiculous. He had me wanting to see him wrestle just from him coming down the ramp. I was like,
He has the same crazy it factor Jade Cargill has, because we remember like when we first saw Jade in the crowd in the Nightmare Factory, and we was like, y'all, like, who's the chick with the white hair? Like, who the fuck is that? And then when they finally put her on, like her on TV, and her presence was so ridiculous.
Yes.
He has that type of it factor.
Yes, absolutely. The TNT title situation is a mess, but I can see that they're trying to repair it, because that's why Scorpio Sky keeps saying he wants to put the respect back on the belt. So I'm thinking that they're trying to get it back to where it was when Miro was a champion, that it actually has some high status and it wasn't considered a mid card. It was considered, a
Right.
top tier one. Anyway, Wardlow. So let's talk about this because I have an issue with whipping. I don't know about you, B Mac, but when I was
Listen,
growing up, I used to get whipped on a regular, and I'm not a fan of seeing people getting whipped because they never were whipped as kids, so they don't know what the fuck that really felt like, and they think it's fun. I don't think it's fun. I don't like it. So
no, I don't like it either. And the fact that the first one took place with MJF versus Redacted in Alabama, a racist ass state to begin with.
Redacted.
It was listen, it was him versus Redacted in Alabama.
Are you referring to Cody Rhodes?
I mean, listen, like who is that? Listen, never heard of him. Anywho, but yeah, so like the first time we saw that versus, Mr. MJF and Redacted on Dynamite in Alabama, I didn't like it then.
He said redacted. I love that. Yes, so this is a MJF thing with the whipping. Oh, and the spitting too. Oh, cut it out, y'all. We don't need
Listen, that reminded me of when Bret Hart spit on Vince McMahon after he got screwed out of the championship.
Oh, shit, I do remember that.
And that glob, and you saw the glob on Vince's face.
I remember that because I saw that on YouTube. So after the Wheeler Yuta spit, when he spit in Bryan Danielson's face, and it was like this.
And I didn't like that either. I didn't like that either.
Funky, and it was all over. I'm like, what did you spit at him? Ew.
And I didn't like that either because this is still COVID season. Like, what? I mean, like, what are we doing?
I say, AW, you can cut it out with the spitting and the whipping, and we will be fine. That being said, Wardlow passed this stipulation, so he is moving on to the next round. The next round,
which is a steel cage from the looks of it.
It's a steel cage match against Shawn Spears, the chairman. And who's the referee, B-Mac?
Most likely MJF.
It is.
And there's going to be shenanigans involved.
So that means that Wardlow's going to have to fight 3 times as hard just to win this match. So when he gets to MJF at Double or Nothing, he's going to destroy him. Okay? I can't
Listen,
wait.
powerbomb him through the table and get your contract and get off him away from him.
No Neck Bone Tone liked you using Redacted for.
Listen, look, I have no love for Redacted over here. He was boring then. He was boring then.
You know what?
He was boring.
I gotta get you back on the show so we can talk about Redacted because I want to start calling him Redacted.
Listen, he was born pre-AEW and he's boring now. I was never here for Redacted, even in WWE.
Yes. I actually liked Redacted, and I don't blame him for leaving.
No, I don't, because let's be honest, his father is bred in WWE history.
Yeah, I think he left though because he wasn't getting the monetary the money that he deserved for being one of the founders.
It's not that. I think it had more so to do with ego. Once CM Punk and Bryan Danielson and Adam Cole came in back to back within like 6 months, he wasn't that top guy anymore, and it quickly showed as far as their work ethic.
Yeah.
Because let's be honest, he's not a better wrestler than any of them 3. If we're being honest, he's not.
That's
so I would have felt away too. So I would have felt something too.
As Jericho says, it's true. It's true.
But listen, I wish them well.
Yes,
but get ready. Listen, and who knows? I'm like, maybe now that Stephanie's done stepped down from her spot and Nick kind of took her spot. Maybe Miss Mike might, maybe Miss Mike not to come in there and be the new CBO.
You never know. You never know because she still need a job. So we'll see. Let's move on. We got another Owen Hart tournament, and this is why I said I can't call the Hangman Adam Page match the match of the night because I almost feel like that for every match. This was no different. Ray Phoenix went up against Kyle O'Reilly, and God damn, this match was sick. sick. I like Kyle O'Reilly, but I loved him yesterday. I was like, hold up. Kyle O'Reilly is no fucking joke.
Listen, let me tell you who that was.
Loved it.
NXT Kyle O'Reilly is dead. New Japan Kyle O'Reilly, that's who showed up versus Ray Phoenix last night. That was Kyle from New Japan.
Yes. It definitely was not the Kyle that we've been seeing. He pulled out everything. Hey, Earl Cole. I just want to say thank you to everybody in the room. We have a nice amount of people in here. Thank you, guys. If you're in here, hit that like. And if you're not subscribed, please, y'all, subscribe. And if you follow me on Twitter, you must be following BMAC. Because if you're not, you need to go over there and do that. And if you're
absolutely, because I stay with the T. I stay with the T. And I got T on who's debuting tomorrow on Rampage.
Yes. And let me tell you something. Don't tell us who's debuting.
I'm not. I'm not.
BMAC's timeline is one of the funnest timelines to follow because it's all day information and
constant news.
Constant news. And if you want to hear him talking on his own show, he's part of the Midwest Mark, so make sure you tune in there. Okay. So moving on.
But yeah, that match was fire. That to me was match of the night.
This match was amazing. I did have Ray Phoenix winning. I'm not upset that Kyle O'Reilly won because of what he brought.
And he's the only Canadian in the tournament. See, I didn't know that he was from Canada. I didn't know that. I didn't know he was from Canada.
I didn't know that. Oh,
no.
They said 2 international wrestlers. They did. They said a Canadian versus a Mexican.
I didn't know he was from Canada till last night. I was like, wait, what?
I didn't either. So now
it makes sense because after the match he was crying, so it makes sense why he was emotional because he did it for Owen. That makes sense.
Oh, because Owen was Canadian.
Yeah.
Yes. So I love this whole Owen Hart tournament thing, by the way. For whatever reason, Tony Khan decided to do it to begin with. It has been a great move on both ends. I just love it. But now we have, and when I read this to you, let me know if you can see the setup. So on one side of the bracket, you got Samoa Joe versus Kyle O'Reilly, right? And on the other side of the bracket, you got Jeff Hardy versus Adam Cole, which is now Adam Cole.
I think he's gonna. I think Samoa was gonna lose next week, and it's gonna be because of Jay Lethal. So I could see Kyle getting to the final.
So it's gonna be Kyle O'Reilly versus Adam Cole, baby, at a Double or Nothing. This is what I am, because I was like, depending on who wins between Phoenix and Kyle, I'm like, if Kyle wins, this is a setup for the super elite squad to have no problems.
Listen, and they are teasing Kenny Omega coming back any day now. So what if we see the split of the elite in the Owen at Double or Nothing, and then Kenny Omega comes back and tries to put it together, but the loyalty of Adam Cole gets tested and all of that, because we still haven't got Kyle. Well, we still haven't gotten Adam versus Kenny yet.
Yeah, we haven't.
Because remember when he debuted? Because remember when he debuted and Kenny was still on TV? He turned his back to Kenny, but he was talking to the Bucks.
Yes.
So he didn't even acknowledge Kenny.
That's right. There's gonna be some shit going down. And I'm all for Kyle O'Reilly versus Adam Cole because I've been wanting to see them face off against each other, like some form of the elite facing up against each other, because they're all happy and together when they're up against other people. But what happens when they have to go up against each other? So that's going to be interesting. Then we had what I now know is going to be a Double or Nothing match. I can't wait. It was the factions. There's always a faction match at Double or Nothing. It used to be Stadium Stampede, but it ain't happening this time. No. We got Santana. We got Ortiz. We got Kingston. We got Moxley and Bryan Danielson going up against the Jericho Bitch Association, which is Jericho, Hager, Matt, Jeff, and Daniel Garcia at Double or Nothing.
I think they're going to be setting up Blood and Guts.
Yeah, they wanted to do a Stadium Stampede, and they were like, "Oh no! That's not the kind of match we're having. No. We're doing an anything goes match." And I was like, "Oh, there's gonna be so much blood." So, I mean, we're talking about Moxley.
They need to let William Regal announce Blood and Guts.
It's going to be sick. It's going to be sick. The Kiss My Ass. Oh, sorry. Blood and Guts. See, yeah, people agree with you. Courtney calls the Jericho Appreciation Society the Kiss My Ass Club. She's not a fan of Jericho, as you know, since she's part of the Midwest Marks. But there's only one thing I ask the wrestling gods to please grant me. And that is a fucking win for Santana and Ortiz, even if it's in this faction. And if they're in this faction with Moxley and Bryan Danielson, I cannot see them losing. So I'm saying that the Blackpool Combat Club with Santana, Ortiz, and Kingston are going to win at Double or Nothing. I'm just putting it out there right now from here, because if they don't, then I don't know what the fuck's going on.
Let's be honest. Eddie needs this match. Eddie needs this win.
They need to win. They need to win.
He needs a big win on pay-per-view.
Exactly. All right. And then Matt Sydal and Dante Martin came out calling out Jon Moxley and Bryan Danielson. So this was really strange. I didn't like this promo. It felt like it was just pulled out of the air, last minute kind of thing, because as you know, when people are going to go into these big old matches at a pay-per-view, they usually have smaller matches where they decimate the people that they're going up against to show their dominance, so that when they go into the big pay-per-view match, they come in with some kind of like, you know, I've been whipping everybody's ass. So
I see this as a win-win, because they can highlight Dante Martin's youth in the match.
That's true.
While also putting over the dominance of the bullet, well, of the you know, something like a BCC, the Blackpool Combat Club. So it's a win-win either way.
I mean, Dante Martin, bless his heart, he's been holding it up for Top Flight. His brother's injured again. That's really unfortunate. Darius came out, did one match, and got injured. It sucks. ACL injuries, they are like that. And so I'm praying for.
Well, this injury, like, he got injured in a car crash, I think, like on car wreck. Yeah.
Oh, did he? Oh, I didn't know that. That sucks. Big
and it's
time.
not his leg, it's his arm. Yeah.
Oh, now it's his arm. Jesus. Okay, so praying for Darius. I hope he
6 to 9 months is what they're saying.
9 months?
6 to 9.
I suggest he takes take a whole year, recover 100%, and when you come back, you ain't gonna have no worries of past injuries, so that Top Flight can do what they do best and fly. Good job with Dante holding it down, though. But you know, Matt and Dante are gonna lose. So anyway, and then we had another Owen Hart tournament, which was Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, the former AEW Women's Champion. And she took on a Joker. It's so funny because we were just talking about this in my house. No Neck Bone Tone was like, I really miss Maki Ito. And I was like, oh, she got all the men simping on, on Twitter and, and whatnot. And all of a sudden, out comes Maki Ito, the Joker. I was happy. I was like, look, you're getting your wish. She came out, she did her song, she did her thing. She's so entertaining. I absolutely enjoyed this match. Was it a hard-hitting match? No. Was it a fun match? Yes. But of course, Britt Baker moved on. I loved how they hugged in the beginning too. Like, we're friends too. Britt Baker's like, you just fall down on the ground and just stay there. I'm going to pin you win. Cool? Sure. And Maki was like, okay. Not. So, it started off like that. It was hilarious. I absolutely loved that match, but now we're gonna get Britt Baker versus Toni Storm, and we're getting Red Velvet versus Chris Statlander. So.
Listen, Toni, that's gonna be a tough match for Toni, but I see her beating Britt next week.
Toni Storm.
Yeah, I see her getting to the final. I see her facing Chris Statlander in the final.
So you think it's gonna be Chris Statlander versus Toni Storm?
Absolutely.
I am 100% for that. 100%. Because you know how I feel about Chris Statlander. I don't think I got to tell the people in this room that I love Chris Statlander. When I saw that she was replacing Sheeta, and again, like I said in the beginning, I love Sheeta. But when I saw, and No Neck Bone Tone, who's in the room, can tell you, when they announced that Chris Statlander was replacing Sheeta, I jumped out my seat. I was like, yes, yeah, give me that shit. That's what I want. Where's my girl? that she is. So that was me. And I was like, oh, she facing Red Velvet. I like Red Velvet too. I'm like, oh crap. I still want Chris Statlander to win though. But
Chris Statlander needs a big win in a tournament. Like,
yeah,
she needs a big win, especially in a tournament like this of this importance, because she hasn't really done much since her last championship opportunity versus Britt. So yes, I see her beating Red Velvet, but I see Jamie getting, well, not Jamie, but Tony getting into the final versus Chris Statlander. And then this is where I'm split because I want both to win. But if I say who needs it more, Tony needs this more than Statlander because she came from WWE with power on her face, literally.
I really hope Chris Statlander wins because I feel that she has been put through tournaments and put through this and put through that and not given a chance to shine on top. And Toni Storm just walked through. Toni Storm just walked through the door. You just walked through.
But when you got somebody of her pedigree, like stardom, like her Japan background.
Oh,
and
no.
And they look at what she did with like her versus Jamie. That was a clinic. Listen.
Ooh, Sunny killing Red Velvet. Said Red Velvet hasn't been issued since we went versus Britt. The baddie group saved her. Ooh, that is mean. I got Red Velvet on my wall. See that right there?
Speaking of Red Velvet, she did represent AEW at the Upfront in Madison Square Garden yesterday.
I didn't know that. Mm-hmm. You got all the team. I'm also a fan of Statlander. She's like, her and Thunder are my favorite female wrestlers. But she is underrated and she can do so much. I don't know if y'all remember that time she picked up 3 women. Mm-hmm. 3 women. Show me somebody else that can do that shit. That's a woman. Maybe Jade could pull it off.
Maybe. Yeah.
But Statlander has this dead weight lifting strength that is insane.
Her core strength is ridiculous. Which is not, which is not shocking because like she was a stunt woman at one point, so of course it's going to be.
Yes, I love the baddies too, Wicked Bunny. I think that it's a great faction. I'm so happy that they did it because not now Jade has a group. She has Kiera Hogan and she has Red Velvet,
and the fact that they're standing next to Jade gives them just that much more shine.
That's money.
It's almost like a pick your flavor, which one you want type group.
Exactly. Do you want it short? Or do you want it short and thin? Or you want tall and muscle? I mean, you got a little bit of everything in that group. So
that is printed money waiting to be made.
Yes. I love it. And we're going to talk about the main event, and then you're going to get your hot seat questions. So main event was really, really, really short, and that's okay because Jeff Hardy can't really go like that. So you had Adam Cole versus Jeff Hardy for the Owen Hart tournament. We already spoke about this, actually. Adam Cole won. He's moving on. And this is Bebe's Goons, which is the Young Bucks and Bobby Fish came out. And they started beating on, I guess, Jeff Hardy. Then Sting came out and Darby came out and they injured Sting's ankle with a chair. So there was a whole, and when the camera cut off, the Young Bucks were taunting the camera. So we know, that Adam Cole moved on. This was literally my least favorite match, but it still was good. But it's like I said, this is leading to Adam Cole versus Kyle O'Reilly, the Owen Hart tournament, double or nothing. I bet money. And I think Adam Cole's going to win, baby. What do you think?
I don't want him to beat Kyle O'Reilly.
You want Kyle O'Reilly to win?
Yes, he did. Yeah. Because, he deserves to redeem himself from how they did his last NXT run, which was awful.
I see. All right.
Plus, as far as Jeff Hardy, I could see him losing because, let's be honest, he did have a crazy match with Darby, so his body was banged up, for real. He wasn't going to go 10 to 12 minutes with Adam Cole. That just wasn't possible physically. Yeah, he wasn't.
I mean, Jeff Hardy is looking for a death wish sometimes, but that's neither here nor there. Mm-hmm. Are you ready, sir? Are
yes,
you ready?
No. Mm-hmm.
It's the hot seat. This is where I throw some would you rather questions because I was playing around with my questions, yes, at the end. And I'm like, you know what? Would you rather are really interesting questions. So I created these for you. You
I'm the
ready,
guy
boo?
for it.
Let's
I'm
go.
ready.
So you're going to get 5 questions. Here's the first. Would you rather walk across 3 feet of burning coals barefooted or swim in 3 feet of shark infested waters? And yes, you can see the sharks.
Listen, let me burn my feet up, okay?
Like I can replace the bottom of my feet.
Listen, look,
No
like,
sharks for you? No swimming with sharks? No, that's not for you. Okay.
no, they got stem cell treatments these days. I'll be fine.
But you can't replace a whole leg. You know what I mean? Like if
No,
that's the shark, I get it.
I'll burn my leg up.
I agree with you. I would take the burn coals any day. Would you rather have fruit in your green salad or raisins in your potato salad?
I've actually tried potato salad with the raisins, and it's not bad. But I would rather have the fruit in my salad. Yeah, like
Have you
giving the
tried
fruit in the
raisins
salad.
in your
Yeah, mm. Strawberries.
salad? Ooh, I do not like that. How do you put dressing on top of fruit? Isn't that weird?
Like a sweet type of arugula dressing.
Oh, a sweet dressing. That's
Yeah.
different.
Mm.
That's different. Okay. Here we go. Would you rather have front row tickets to a regular Dynamite show or nosebleed seats to your favorite pay-per-view?
Give me the pay-per-view because I'm gonna get more on the pay-per-view than I would a regular Dynamite.
I actually would like front row tickets and watch the pay-per-view from home. Okay. Would you rather have cold pizza with anchovies or melted ice cream with marshmallows?
Oh, girl, please give me some ice cream with like melted marshmallows, please.
You'll take it melted or anything. You'll slurp it with a straw.
Mm-hmm.
She said neither. Nosebleed. Front row. I agree with you, Joseph. Front row. And here is the last question. And I had to do it because the hottest topic of conversation in the social media world these days is Johnny Depp versus Amber Heard. So would you rather be on Amber Heard's side or Johnny Depp's side?
I'm gonna say neither because baby, they both look like they got some emotional baggage issues that they need to talk to a counselor about.
They definitely do. I go to the Johnny team. I am team Johnny. I grew up watching Johnny, but that doesn't mean that he don't got issues. He do. He got issues. Do I think that he's a wife beater and a rapist? No. Do I believe that Amber Heard shit the bed? Yes. I do. I do.
I'll say this. I think she's a good manipulator. I think she's a good manipulator.
Yes, I do. And you know, I've been
she
watching.
Looks like she knows how to play the game real well.
Oh, very well. I mean, and they're both actors, so you know we can't forget that. Well, God, this was fun. I had a great time. Did you have a good time, B-Mac?
Absolutely. Listen, why you think I love coming on your show so much? Because I can just, saying it's like let loose a little. Absolutely.
I loved it. Thank you so much for being on my show. To everybody that joined, thank you for joining. If you haven't hit that like, hit the subscribe button. Take yourselves to Twitter and follow Mr. B-Mac on Twitter. And please, since you're already on YouTube, go to the search, go to the Midwest Marks, and make sure that you click and subscribe. And also,
absolutely.
Right? An amazing podcast. And also another amazing podcast, Off the Top Ropes. Come on, y'all.
Yes, please follow this queen. Like, she's wonderful.
Yes, please. Courtney, and all of us podcasters, we mix it up together. We are always on each other's shows. We are always trying to, support each other. And there's going to be 3 different podcasts or 4 on Off the Top Rope. So you got the Midwest Marks, you got the Top Rope Squishy, you have Off the Top Ropes, and there's another one there. So that's how we come together.
That's a lot.
It's a lot. So support. Show your support. You're going to have a good time. So if you're in here and you got some time at 8:30 p.m., jump to the Off the Top Ropes WrestleNary, where me and Courtney are going to be joined in a tag team against 2 other people to take on questions about AEW. We did terrible last time. We went up against each other and we did terrible. I beat Courtney by 1, but let me tell you, it was 3-2 out of 10 questions. That's bad. That's bad. The questions were hard. The questions
that's a low ratio, child.
I know. And this is all I talk about, AEW, and I couldn't get any more right. The questions were hard. I felt stupid. But anyway, make sure y'all join to see how great me and Courtney gonna do. Bye, y'all. I'll see y'all on the next one. Bye.
Absolutely.
Peace, love, and wrestling. Keep it real, y'all.